Thank you for listening to Mobility Redefined, brought to you by Modaxo. For more insights and information, please visit mobilityredefined.com. That is mobilityredefined.com. Welcome to the Mobility Redefined podcast, where we explore innovations, strategies, and future trends in public transport. I am Dr. Kaan Yildizgoz, and today I'm joined by Anna-Theresa Korbutt, CEO of HVV, Hamburg's Integrated Transport Association. Today, we will be discussing about HVV's governance model, its approach to digitalization, the impact of the Deutschland Ticket on public transport in Germany, new safety initiatives, and Hamburg's plans regarding hosting UITP Global Public Transport Summit this year in June in Hamburg. Welcome, Anna-Theresa.
Yes, hi, Kaan. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for joining me today at this edition of Mobility Redefined.
Yeah, it's a pleasure for me. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, I'm sure that it will be a very good edition for our listeners to get your experiences in Hamburg and also to discuss about your future expectations regarding public transport all over the world. Anna, let's start with the role of HVV in public transport governance in Hamburg. Hamburg has a unique public transport governance model where multiple operators work under the umbrella of HVV. Could you please explain HVV's role in coordinating these operators, how this model benefits passengers, and whether you see it as a model that could be applied in other cities as well?
The HVV is a traffic organization or a traffic association where around 28, 29 unique, large and very small companies are working together under one umbrella, under one mark. So in Hamburg, people are traveling with the HVV and customers understand that. They are not traveling with Hochbahn, they are not traveling with S-Bahn or other companies. So our role is to coordinate every of them so that you as a customer has a unique experience by traveling with us. And that is a very unique and very successful model, because everything what we discuss together and every aim we are achieving it together for being one figure and one culture for the customer at the end.
Thank you so much.
It's just about innovation. It's just about innovation of 28, 29 companies, which are all have brilliant ideas what to do. But at the end, it's important that all the ideas stack together to one and not that 28 or 29 companies are doing whatever they want. And so this umbrella cuts everything beside.
And when we look at the governance model, HVV is under the city or the regional government. So to whom you are reporting? Let's go like this maybe.
Yeah, so the governance is very complicated because HVV is not only Hamburg. So we have 3 federal states we are reporting to. So it's Hamburg, Schleswig-Holstein, and Niedersachsen, because HVV was a bigger one. And we have smaller units, 8 political units. It's called in Germany Kommunen. So it's something like a city and the areas around it, smaller cities in the area around it. And then we have 8 of them. So our governance structure is to deal with these 8 ones and to deal with 3 federal states of the German Republic. And so it's a very, very hard job because the opportunities and the aims these federal states have are sometimes very different. So they have different pace of money, they have different pace of thoughts they want to organize their traffic, their local traffic. And so my responsibility, and this one of my colleagues, is to get this in line so that all the companies which are working for this governance structure are able to do their homework and that they will get the money, because we are the one in this governance sector which are preparing all the money and flows.
Thank you, Anna. I think one very important point which I want to get your opinion and discuss is introduction and its impact, the introduction of Deutschland Ticket in Germany some years ago, and its impact in the travel behavior and ridership, in particular in Hamburg and even beyond. Because I know that you also play an important role in shaping the policy at HVV, the German Public Transport Association. And I wonder your experience in this Deutschland Ticket and also your opinion about the free fare public transport, which is gaining a lot of traction all around the world now in different cities.
So the Deutschland Ticket is a very great invention we had in Germany because it is a ticket. It's one ticket and you can use all public sectors in the whole of Germany. So you don't need to buy a single ticket in Hamburg, and when you go to Munich, a single ticket in Munich, or you go to Berlin. Yeah, just you had one fare and you can use it in German we say red train because red is the local traffic. Yes, and in every bus and in every tram station and every train up there. And it's a big simplification. So the introduction of the Deutschland Ticket nearly 2 years ago was one of the biggest revolutions we have in our sector. The public sector is a very slow one and a very big and slow one. Yeah, it's like it's like a big ship on a sea. So when you try to end up in a course, you need very long time. And the Deutschland Ticket came with a night. So we had about 3-4 months for preparation to get into. And what it started two things. It started to change the behavior of people using public transport. And it has changed our paper-based branch. So because everything what we have did before was just paper-based. So it is a huge wave of digitalization which entered now the market. And there are some participants in the market in Germany who are doing it very good and in a very proper way. I would say HVV is doing it in a very good way. We had the second largest number of Deutschland tickets, so about 1.2 million Deutschland tickets in the area. When you imagine that we only have 3.5 million people living and traveling within HVV, so it's nearly every second one has one. Yes. And when you compare that with our cars, we had about 1.2 million Deutschland tickets and about 860 cars in Hamburg. So you see that the importance of this ticket and the importance of public sector has increased a lot. And from that part, yeah, so this new fare, I don't say it's a free fare, I say it's a very cheap fare, yeah, make it possible that even people who don't have the money before or who weren't be interested because they were car lovers or they had their bicycles, I don't know, now are trying to drive into this public sector. And you see that in the increase of people using the sector. We had an increase of nearly 20%, yes, from the starting point of 2019 without Corona.
And Anna, you mentioned about that there is an increase in the ridership after introduction of Deutschland Ticket initiative. What I wonder is that from where this ridership increase is coming? Is it coming from former private car users, or is it just an increased trip number of current public transport users?
I will say it's both, because we had a change of people using our public sector, which started with Corona. So Corona has made a very strong model shift. Yes, because people stopped to go to work by public sector. So yes, you know that home office. So a lot of people are just staying at home. So we were missing a lot of rides in our system. So we had a drop of about 20 to 30%. Yeah, starting from 2019. So then the Deutschland Ticket appears. And what happened? We had two increases. One, it's about 12 to 13% are coming from cars. So the people that don't use their cars any longer and do their trips with our local public sectors. Yes, so that is a very huge achievement. And the second one are new rides. Yes, new rides because the people are traveling a lot. Yes, they are going to see the sea. They're going to visit some cities. So they substitute, yes, the part which we have in former parts with all the job people. And now we have it in a way that people are enjoying their travel times. And that is good for us because with that combination of both, we now have reached the 100% again. So imagine without Deutschland Ticket, we don't recover that early. So with the Deutschland Ticket, after 2 years, we have reached, yes, our line, which we have 2019 before Corona has started.
That's perfect. Thank you for sharing all this insight and the background figures with us also, Anna. And now I would like to move from policy to the platforms. And mobility as a service and HVV Switch actually positioned Hamburg as a pioneer in the area of mobility as a service with HVV Switch. this app integrates everything from buses to the trains to the e-scooters, on-demand taxis, and the Deutschland Ticket, if I'm not wrong. How has this platform changed the way people move around Hamburg? And then what do you plan for the next for HVV Switch as well in the city?
We have two phases of HVV Switch because we have placed HVV Switch, I guess, 4 or 5 years ago. And then you could buy local tariffs in this app and you can go by tier, by all the scooters, by all this e-mobility. Yeah. And what we have seen that about, to be honest, 90% of the people were only buying local tariffs in the app because it was very easy. Yes. And only 10% were using it for cross mobility with other companies as well. So we haven't seen any big impact on that. And then again, the Deutschland Ticket occurs. And what we have done is that we have implemented a very easy way to buy this Deutschland Ticket in our Switch app. And what now happened that we have over the half of our sales, that mean about 500 to 600,000 people are in the Switch app. And now what we see, there you have your abonnement, then you have your very easy fare ticket, and now they start to live in this mobility ecosystem. And now they start to use all the other sharing, pooling, and everything what we offer up there. And that is why the Switch app is now one of the best apps in Germany for sales, especially for combined mobility. And that's the reason why we, together with other cities, are planning to implement the Switch app as a solution for whole Germany. And that would be the next step. And we are now searching for others, associations or big public sectors company, which would like to share this HVV Switch app with us so that we can implement it for our customers for whole Germany.
So it seems that from nationwide ticketing to the nationwide mobility as a service, this is where you are evolving. Am I right?
Yes, you're right. Yeah, many people will say, oh, Anna, that is a dream. And many people will say that will never happen. We don't know. It's just an offer. Because we had a very big problem in Germany is that everybody in Germany, every company or every association is offering their own sales system. So you have your own apps, you have your own IT architecture system, and that all costs a lot of money. So sales in Germany is very cost expensive. So what we try is when we have one of the best apps, when it works, when the customers are saying, hey, that is really a very good solution because it's not a classic public sector app. It's very modern. It's based a little bit on the Apple logic. So you have widgets, everything is turning around, the good figures, good colors. And now we try to implement it on a German idea.
Actually, I fully agree with you that the sales as a cost, this is not always noticed very well and properly. And I remember a study some years ago, I was leading research, and we identified that it was representing around 7 to 8 to 9% of the total cost was coming because of the sales and distribution of the tickets. So I was surprised after I have conducted this analysis to see this level of cost. And when we were talking about the mobility as a service, of course, providing a platform for people where they can get the information and buy the tickets, make the booking in an integrated way is a good, but also creating different alternatives that could be available in this platform is also very essential. And I know that you have different initiatives in Hamburg around private carpooling, autonomous mobility. Maybe you can a little bit talk to us about these initiatives that you are leading now in Hamburg.
Yeah, for sure. So we think, and I think mobility as a service is more than only the classic public sector which you have. So it's not always a train or a bus, or a metro. So it's more. So we try to integrate on the one hand bicycles, and not only bicycles as a mobility sharing option, but in future we try to think about when people are traveling by bicycle, how can we combine so that you get one part of your way with a bicycle and the other part with the public sector. So that will be one part that's new. Nobody has solved it until now. Yeah. And the second one will be to integrate, and that's what we already have done, private carpooling. So we had a test, we are making a test, and since 1 year, I guess, it's 1 year. So when we have integrated private carpooling, which means that people who are driving by car, can offer their car, their drive to a city, to their working place, wherever they want to go, and to invite other people to share their drive, to share their car. And we pay for that. So with a normal HVV tariff, you can choose whether you use the train or the metro or if you use a private carpooling. And that is completely new because what we have started is to integrate the private car in our system. And normally you have the silos, no? So everybody is thinking of themselves. And normally the public sector says, oh, cars are very dangerous and we don't want to have any commitment with them. But we have integrated that. And for example, to make it clear in numbers, we had around, because now we have started with a small group, we have 3,500 people who are using this per month. And we have now a reduction of car use of nearly to 1,200 cars per month. And it's really the beginning. So when you take this and you explore this, for example, Paris is doing that, yes, as a big city and number one in private carpooling, you will see that you can increase this number of taking and comprehensive cars together by 10th or even more.
And Anna, how do you cooperate with the big private companies on this one? Do you have some examples on this?
Yes, we do it, for example, now with Airbus. So it's one of the airplane building restructure up there in the northern part of Germany. And we are now looking for more companies to join. Airbus has around 15,000 employees up there. So we have a group of 3,500 who are working with us together. And now we will start in the eastern part of HVV a second pool of people, because the big train stops, the long distance connections between Berlin and Hamburg will be closed from August because of restructuring work. So what do the people do? They have to travel with a lot of more time, yes, to get to Hamburg, for example, and there we will offer this as well. So the long distance part will be closed, and you can stay with your Deutschland Ticket because we don't want that the people will cancel it. So they will stay with the Deutschland Ticket and they can use private carpooling. And we HVV, we will get into the cost for this.
I think making these partnerships with these large organizations, large employers are key for the success, certainly. And I know that there is one initiative you launched for this year, a plan for safer public transport in Hamburg, putting security and safety as a top priority with different measures, using artificial intelligence, making the things more easier, seamless for the passengers. So what led to these initiatives, and could you please give some more information about these initiatives, and then what do you expect these kind of initiatives to improve public confidence in using public transport in Hamburg?
Mm-hmm. Our top priority is to ensure that all passengers feel safe in our vehicles. So that's really number one. Our goal is to create a transportation system which excludes no one and which everyone can move freely and safely. And in bigger cities, sometimes this is a problem. And it's equally important for us that people feel very safe traveling with us. And it doesn't matter which group, because they say, oh, it's a problem for women only. I say, no, it's a problem for everybody. So we have implemented some months ago our initiative, Safe Travels in HVV. And we have placed it in newspapers, and it's a very important task for us. And this initiative has different measurements which we have taken into account. So first one, we have a lot of events. So we have really platform walks with expert and police. This sounds a little bit crazy, but we invite people, and we talk about security and safety reasons. So these events are offered regularly to all our customers who feel insecure when traveling. It's elder people, women, younger people, even though men. And we do it separately so that a man can stay a man and he must not say to women, I'm a little bit afraid of this, no? When we enter this platform together with our security personnel and police, and we explain them what possibilities they have if they feel unsecure. And we offer this platform talks 2 times a month. So as a service, we offer, for example, safe walk services, so that you see how you can use, for example, how to call the driver in a metro station or in a train. So how you have to press the button. There are always these red buttons in the train, but nobody is brave enough to push them. So what to do? What will happen? Because a lot of people, for example, think when they push the button, the train stops. But it doesn't stop. You just have a call. Yes, and you have a call with the driver. or with another person from the company. And now what we do is that we give the people a good feeling to use these measurements. And we have these emergency calls. We have, for example, information pillar, which we explain to the people which are standing on the platforms. Yeah. So we are doing everything to ensure that people know about the safety implementation and that they use it and that they are not afraid, or shamed by using it. So we are talking about different WhatsApp groups. We are talking about telephone numbers where you can have a phone. And we do as well as to talk about civil courage. That means how do you have to behave if you see a dangerous situation? Do you have to go into it, or do you have to, for example, call the police or press the button or to scream or whatever? And this is the platform. This is the initiative which we have started first in HVV. And now the interest is very big in Germany. We haven't invented something new. We have put everything what we have into one communication sheet. And we have given that a name, and we have opened it to customers and to people that they can see and try it. And now in about 1 month, I will go to Berlin, for example, and I will talk about that, yes, with the VDV. And so I will give all the information and our experiences to all other companies in Germany.
That's perfect. And also it's a very essential point nowadays for public transport users. So we were talking about different factors, like we were talking about the price, affordability, we were talking about different modes, alternative or easiness to book and find information with MaaS and so on, but also about how about the safety and security. So that's a very important project that you are initiating in Hamburg, and I'm very sure that there will be a lot of learnings from different cities. And maybe one quick note to our listeners. I and Anna, we met exactly around 3 years ago when I was leading the host selection committee for UITP Public Transport Summit. And Hamburg was one of the candidates at this time. And then we were visiting Hamburg, and it was a time that we were meeting. And Hamburg was selected as the host for 2025 and 27 editions. It's a great city by many reasons. I'm sure that UITP Global Public Transport Summit taking place this year in June in Hamburg will be a great addition. And I want to ask also, Anna, in addition to what you have told us, what are the things that the visitors of UITP Summit could expect when they are visiting Hamburg for UITP Summit in mid-June this year?
Hamburg is a beautiful city. So the most beautiful city in Germany, I would like to say. So beyond that, yes, you will see and you will expect to see real life innovations in our transport system, because we as Hamburg, we are not only talking about innovation, but we are doing it. So you will, for example, see the first digital S-Bahn, the first autonomous subway train, which will be traveling. We have autonomous cars, which are now implementing, and you will see the first one really traveling outside within people. So level 5 from 2 different companies. Yes, you will see different options of digitalization, not only in sales, but in very hard infrastructure stuff. So, Hamburg is known as one of the most digital cities according mobility sector. Yes, and for hard infrastructure as well in Germany. So there are some rankings about that. And so Hamburg is in the top 1 position for several years. And that is what people can expect. So you will see and breathe innovation. You can see it. And the cool thing is that in 2 years, the UITP will be as well in Hamburg. So we will start now with ideas. We will show to the people. And in 2 years, you can come and visit us again. And you will see that this innovation will take place in the life outside, in real life. And that is why I can invite, come and see and join this.
Thank you so much, Anna. I fully agree with you. Hamburg is a great city. And what I want to tell is that you have also great people. Really, I like working with the people from Hamburg. I know I had the chance to meet many people from top management to the middle management to them from different parts of the department. So they are all great people. They are very, very hard worker. It's great to meet them again and to learn from their experience. And I'm sure that not only attending the Congress sessions or using public transport, but also Hamburg offers a lot of other opportunities like your Alp Philharmonie. I don't know if I am pronouncing correctly. Many people should already maybe try to book their tickets there.
Yeah, if you get one, because it's very full. Huh?
So this could be also like an advice to the participants that they can already consider looking for some tickets for their participation in Hamburg. Thank you so much, Anna-Theresa, for sharing these insights into Hamburg's transport governance, innovation, and upcoming developments. Before we wrap up, is there anything else you would like to add?
It was a pleasure for me to have the discussion with you, and really come to the UITP, come to Hamburg, come and see how beautiful it is. Not only the city, but all the innovation. We need this, and we need your feedback, because we are not doing it only for Hamburg. We do it for the whole German, yes, and the whole Germany, and as well as for the federal government of Germany and all the other companies in the VDV as well. So come and give us our feedback so that we can improve, and when we can make a better public sector, which we all can, provide from it.
It has been a pleasure having you on the podcast, Anna-Theresa. Thank you for joining us, and thanks to all our listeners for tuning in to this episode of Mobility Redefined. Stay tuned for more conversations with transport leaders shaping the future of mobility. Thank you for listening to Mobility Redefined, brought to you by Modaxo. For more insights, visit our website at mobilityredefined.com or follow us on LinkedIn. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite app to stay updated with our latest episodes. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed the conversation.